All right, good morning. Welcome to Wednesday. It's a beautiful day today, right? This weather is just amazing. Hi, good morning. So I want to let you know that we have our classes during the week. They are at 8 o'clock in the morning, and they go until 9.
Can you put it closer?
Yeah, it was getting, there was like feedback when I had it closer. But, is that better? Okay. So they are at 8 o'clock in the morning on weekdays. And then on weekends, we have our classes at 9 a.m. So those are all streamed to you live on Facebook, or you can join us here on Victory Field. We also have, if you're interested, Wednesdays at 6 live here on the field. We have flow yoga, and we also have debuting this Saturday at 4 o'clock is Michelle. So she's back with her flow yoga. We're really excited to have her back, and we hope you all can join us. It's important for us to make our way back into society as much as we can, and to do it in a way that feels safe. So we try to make it as safe as we can here. We have plenty of space, and we would love for you to join us. Also on August 24th, right? August 24th, we have some rockin' vinyasa that's going to be with Amy, and it's going to be this deep work to get our heart rate up, to get our bodies moving, to get our breath flowing. And so again, we want to invite you to that. Any donations are graciously accepted, and it's what's keeping us afloat right now. So we wouldn't be here without you, and we appreciate it from the bottoms of our hearts. So let's get into a comfortable position, whether you want to be seated or lying down on your back. Just get yourself into a place that feels really comfortable. And just take a moment to take a deep breath in and to let that breath go. Will you turn it down a little? Thank you. Just a little. And give yourself another deep breath in. And let that breath go. And another deep breath in. Fill the lungs. And let that breath go. And notice what it feels like as the energy starts to settle. You can invite some spaciousness throughout the body. So maybe the mind's eye starts to scan the body, and you might go to the places that feel a little bit more sensitive at the beginning. You might notice the shoulders and allow for them to soften. Even the palms of the hands become soft. The jaw can unlock itself. Maybe the lips separate and the teeth create a little bit of space between them. Notice the belly. Feeling that sense of tenderness that we have, that sense of growing. Allow for the belly to expand. And allow with every exhalation this sense of release, this sense of surrender. What is it like for you to dive into this moment? Notice the sounds that you hear in this moment, the sounds of the world around you. Whether you're outside like us and you can hear the the sounds of earth, the sounds of nature, or whether you're inside your home and it's within your environment. What is there for you to take in? What is there for you to feel? To honor? See if there's just a moment where you can get lost in the sounds. Now invite your awareness to come to the breath. As you focus on the breath, feel the belly expand. Feel the ribs start to grow, and there is this circling of air all around the heart space. And as you exhale, follow the breath out. As you inhale, the belly, ribs, chest, everything expands and grows. And as you exhale, notice that journey of the air as it flows out of your body, letting go of everything that you can let go of. Giving yourself just 2 more rounds of this breath. Notice what it feels like for you to lengthen even more with the inhalation, and to let go even more with that exhalation. As we get into this focusing of our breath, have you brought tension in the jaw, in the shoulders? The habit is for us to start to unweave the fingers of tension that we have. Giving yourself 1 more deep breath in. And sigh this breath out. And we'll slowly take our time. You can either keep your eyes closed or with a soft focus, and we'll lower down onto our backs. If you weren't there, we'll all meet on our backs. Giving yourself a moment, just hugging those knees into the chest. Circle out the ankles, wiggle the toes, maybe even play with rocking those legs from side to side a few times. Notice the weight of the legs, the weight of the body as it presses down into the lower back. And maybe you go and rock your body really far from right to left. What is it like for you to observe your body right now? Without judgment, no woulda, shoulda, coulda, just meet yourself where you are. Slowly extending the left leg down the mat, keeping the right knee into the chest. You can interlace your hands on top of the shin. We're finding our wind removing pose. I want you still to create that rocking sensation of side to side. Maybe you're pulling it in, maybe you recircle out the ankle, see what that feels like. Invite the leg to drop open towards the right side. Without any kind of exact positioning, just go to that place where you feel an opening of the inner thigh. It could be more like a supported tree pose, or it could be just this big external opening of that right hip. And then slowly coming back to center, dropping the right knee over to the left. Now, I do a lot of Thai yoga massage, and for me, there's this methodology of rocking the body. And think about it, as babies, we rock, are young. So think about what it feels like for you to just coax your body into softening. So you can even rock that knee over to the left and back, just finding a controlled bounce. We'll call it that way. It's good for our nervous system. It's good for our muscles. And then coming back to center, extending the right leg up towards the sky. Interlace your hands behind the back of the leg. And notice what it feels like for you to hard flex the foot versus softening the foot. What's happening in that left leg? If it feels tender in the lower back, you could always bend the left knee bringing the sole of the foot down to the mat. It's pretty supportive for the lower back. You can keep it extended, and maybe you get a little bit more activity between those inner thighs by trying to reach that left leg away. Take a deep breath in right here and let that breath cradle into any of the tension that you might feel. And then as you exhale, extend the right leg down the mat. Notice the length that you've created. So we can create that length at any point with just bringing awareness. Hug that left knee into the chest. Interlace your hands on top of the shin. Let it rock from side to side a few times. Again, if you want to circle out the ankle, wiggle the toes. We sit a lot, or we might be standing a lot. Either way, finding opening within the hips, balls and sockets of the body, really important. Let the knee drop open towards the left side in any way that feels good. Take a deep breath in, and it's okay if that right hip comes off the mat. We're gonna then drop it over towards the right side. As you drop it over towards the right side, if you want to create that little gentle bounce, letting the knee bounce over towards the right side. Now soften the jaw, close your eyes, take a deep breath into that left hip, the left glute. And slowly coming back to center, back onto the mat, extend that left leg up to the sky. And again, hard flex of the foot or soften it. Notice the difference between the two. Notice what it feels like to have a little bit more of a bend within that left knee. Give yourself a deep breath in while continuing to soften the shoulders. And then as you exhale, extend the left leg down the mat. Extend your arms to the back of your mat. Wiggle the fingers, circle out the wrists. Take a deep breath in. You know, what is it like for us to celebrate our bodies, to celebrate this breath, to celebrate this day? And then hugging those knees in towards the chest. You can rock forwards, backwards a few times. Now, if that doesn't feel good, we'll meet in a seated position. Bringing our hands to our heart space, a gentle bowing of our chin. May we stay curious to the moment. May we let our breath link us back to here and now. May we find compassion for the journey, excitement for what's ahead, but to always stay rooted right here. And if there's any other thoughts, intentions you would like to bring in, please give yourself that space to focus on it. All right, so let's take our hands down to the ground. We're going to come into our tabletop position. In tabletop, you can spread those fingers open wide, fist them or tent the palms. Coming into cats and cows. On your inhale, let the tailbone lift, the belly lower, the chest is going to broaden towards the front of your mat. Let the front of your arms face the front of your mat. As you exhale, tuck the pelvis, round the back, drop chin to chest. On your inhale, lift the tailbone, open up the heart space. And exhale, round into it. Finding 3 more cats and cows, just close your eyes and tune into the experience of what it's like to move. Maybe your head, neck, and shoulders move along for the ride. And last one. Letting the big toes touch, drop hips to heels, come into your child's pose. Now you have your hands as a beautiful platform to rest your forehead on. The arms can be extended towards the front of the mat if that feels good, or any other place, maybe goalpost position. Maybe you practice and you playfully explore what it's like for those knees to open wider or to get a little bit closer together, rocking hips side to side. Wiggle, jiggle, move, see what feels right for you. Now, taking 3 deep breaths right here. Notice what it feels like to breathe into the whole back. Extending and expanding it, letting the breath be full of possibility. So I think about each breath as being a possibility within our own lives. And if that's what it is, don't you want to take up as much of that capacity, as much of that air as you can? So fill the lungs a little bit more. Last breath, inhale. And let it go. Extending your arms towards the front of the mat. Walk them over towards the right side. Pressing your hips back to your heels. Take a deep breath in. Letting that breath cradle the left shoulder, the left lats. And then slowly coming back to center and then walking the hands over towards the left side. Pressing that right palm firmly into the mat. Press hips back towards the heels. Relax the shoulders and let that breath come in and cradle any of the tension, any of that tightness that you might feel. Let the breath go right there. Inhale. And exhale. As you inhale, come on back to center, pressing yourself up, tabletop position. Just find some big circles of the hips going in either direction. Maybe you're finding cats and cows again, or presses forwards and backwards. Find some fluidity within the neck, within the hips, within the shoulders, giving yourself just one more breath to experiment, to play. And then coming into our tabletop position, tuck the toes, and we're going to come into plank. So lifting up one knee and the next. Tucking the pelvis, press into the ground. Yeah, and you can always keep those knees down. So it's dealer's choice here. Notice what it feels like. Maybe there's a gentle shifting of forwards and backwards. Push those hands into the ground. So you're pushing into the upper back. Draw that belly in. Squeeze the quads. Squeeze your glutes. If you do one of them, awesome. If you do all of them, cool. Great. Take one more deep breath in. And then as you exhale, press yourself back, down dog. Open up the feet a little bit wider. And start to march and pedal through the backs of the legs. See what that feels like to shake out the head? Yes. No. Maybe even trying to lift that tailbone higher up to the sky, like you're sitting on a chair in the sky, just floating there. What is it doing there? I don't know. But we use it as that touch point. Give yourself 2 more breaths. And one more breath. And then bend those knees and look towards your hands. Softly walk your feet towards your hands to the front of the mat. Coming into our forward fold, forearms to thighs, or coming into full ragdoll position if that lower back feels like it's ready for it. Letting the head, neck, shoulders move. And just give yourself 2 breaths right here. Let the eyes close. Tune into the experience and the sensations of this moment rather than the expectation of what's to come. It makes it so we can't ever feel disappointed. This moment is just that. It's this moment. Bring your hands to your thighs, tuck chin to chest, bending the knees on your inhale. As you exhale, roll up to standing. The arms are going to sweep up towards the sky. And exhale, hands are going to come towards our heart space. On your inhale, sweep the arms up to the sky. As you exhale, lower right hand down, left hand stretches over towards the right side. On your inhale, both arms up to the sky. And exhale, left hand down, right hand stretches up and over towards the left side. Inhale up. And exhale, finding the side to side motion. Just go at your own pace. And I want you to make sure you're rooting down through the opposite foot, tucking the pelvis. Every time you come up, what is it you're engaging in your body? So we can always layer in more sensations, more activations. That's up to you. How fully are you committing to this moment? So the next time you do the left side, come up to center with no rush. You can start to interlace those hands and either staying in that tick-tock action, or if you want, you can start to circle out, creating different shapes from within the body. Going forwards, backwards, finding that flexibility from side to side. You know, be playful. Life can be very serious, especially now. See what it feels like for you to just be this experience. And give yourself just one more breath. And then slowly bringing hands to your heart space. On your inhale, reaching those arms up to the sky. Look at that blue sky. Exhale, hinging down all the way forward fold. Inhale, hands to shins, coming into your halfway lift. And as you exhale, release down. Stepping that left foot to the back of your mat. And then releasing the left knee down. You can root into that left hand with a block or not. And then as you exhale, the right hand is going to come up towards the sky, twisting open towards the right knee. Watch what's happening with that right knee. Is it splaying out to the side? Maybe keep it in. See what that feels like. Maybe pressing hips forward. What does that feel like? Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, releasing the right hand down, tucking the left toes, and then stepping forward, coming into your forward fold, relaxing the back of the head. Bending the knees, inhale, rolling up to standing. This time, as you exhale, flip the palms, open them up, drop the hips down, grabbing up all the earth's good juju, bring it right to your chest, hands come to heart space. As you exhale, press those arms out, press hips back. Inhale, arms reach up to the sky, baby back bend, be proud. Exhale, open up the arms. Inhale, hands to chest. And exhale, press out. Push the hands forward, hips press back. Inhale, arms reach up to the sky. Press those hips forward slightly. Exhale, circle it out. Now imagine you're moving through water. What is it like for you to move with grace? What is it like for you to move with ease? And exhale, circle it out. Last time, inhale, hands to chest. Bring it right to the heart space. Exhale, push out. Inhale, arms up. Palms together. Exhale, sink into your chair. Then hinge forward. Inhale, hands to shins, halfway lift. And exhale, release down. Inhale, the right foot to the back of your mat. 1, 2, 15 steps, it's all good. Releasing the right knee down and bringing a block under that right hand for stability and support. Press those hips forward on your inhale. As you exhale, extending the left arm up to the sky. Reaching up through those fingertips, take a deep breath in. What's happening with that left knee? So you can get it anchored in a little bit. On your next exhale, release the left hand down. Tuck the right toes, lift the right knee off the earth. Step forward, come into your forward fold. Bend those knees, inhale, arms sweep up to the sky. Exhale, hands come to our heart space. Inhale, open up to a T. Exhale, round the back, hands come together. Inhale, open up to a T. And exhale, round, hands up to the sky. Inhale, stand up tall. Exhale, sink into your chair. Pausing here in your chair, Utkatasana, press those hips back, neutralize the lower back. So a slight little tuck of the pelvis, draw shoulders away from the ears, press those palms firmly in towards each other. Feel that pressure. Take one more deep breath in and out. Now root down into your feet. As you come up, squeeze quads and glutes. Inhale, come on up. And exhale, hinge down all the way. Forward fold. Inhale, hands towards your shins, halfway lift. And exhale, hands to the earth. Step your feet back, come into your plank. Now in this plank, knees or not, you choose, dealer's choice, what feels right for you. Draw those shoulders away from the ears. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, lower down so that those elbows skim towards the ribs as you come down. Come down all the way. Inhale, come into a baby cobra. Tuck chin to chest and anchor through the hips. As you exhale, slowly release head, neck, shoulders down. Press into the palms, lift your butt up 1 inch. Push up, tabletop position. Tuck the toes, downward facing dog. So that's our first way that we can do that chaturanga flow. If that feels best for you, go there. It's beautiful. It's great. Pedaling through the feet, take a deep breath in and out. One more deep breath in and out. On your inhale, you're going to sweep that right leg up to the sky. And as you exhale, hug the knee into the chest, roll forward, three-legged plank. Inhale, sweep the leg up. Exhale, step the foot towards the front of your mat. Inhale, let that torso rise up, crescent lunge. Drawing shoulders away from the ears. And those hands can go anywhere that feels appropriate for you. Goalpost position, straight up towards the sky. Now straighten the front leg. Inhale. As you exhale, bend the knees and bend the elbows. Now inhale, press into that right heel, release the toes. As you exhale, lower the hands down towards the mat. Shifting the hips forward a little bit and drop them down. On your next exhale, extending right arm up to the sky. Always option to release the left knee down if you choose. Inhale, releasing the right hand down. Now with blocks or not, straighten the right leg, drawing the right hip back, left hip forward. Relax the shoulders. This is just a playful kind of wide-legged fold, wide-legged Tanasana, pyramid pose. On your inhale, bending into the right knee, drop left heel over towards the right, and come up to warrior two. So think about in warrior two, hugging those shoulder blades in, but extending through those fingertips a lot. Find this grace here. Now, if this hurts the shoulders, come into more of a goalpost position with those fingers going forward. On your inhale, reach the arms up to the sky. And as you exhale, high five yourself. I like it. Come on down. One more time. Reach up to the sky. And exhale. I love it. Flip that right hand up and reverse your warrior. Look down to that left outer edge of the foot. Stay active in your feet. Rebend into the right knee. On your inhale, come on back, warrior two. And then as you exhale, right elbow down to the right knee, left arm sweeps up to the sky. Or any variation of extended side angle. Drop those hips down. You can even bend and straighten the right leg if you need a little bit of love. A little bit of compassion. Goes a long way in our body. Notice if what you're having with your body is a conversation or an argument. I always find when I have a soft conversation with my body, a lot of times it works a little bit better for me. Maybe it's different for you. Now tuck the pelvis. On your inhale, come on up, warrior two. As you exhale, spiral your hands to the front of your mat and then step that right foot back to meet the left, plank. So option, knees on earth or not, or don't even do this. It's all good. Take a deep breath in your plank. As you exhale, high plank, low plank. Keep the shoulders above the elbows. If you're coming into that chaturanga, inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Matters not. Exhale, downward facing dog. Now what happened to the breath? Come back to it. Deep breath in and out. One more deep breath in and out. Sweeping that left leg up to the sky. Inhale. As you exhale, hug the knee into the chest, roll forward. Inhale, sweep it up. Exhale, step it towards the front of your mat. Now rooting down through the feet. Inhale, come on up, crescent lunge. Drawing those shoulders away from the ears. Stay low. Create lots of space within the neck. Now on your inhale, straighten the front leg, reach up tall. As you exhale, come on down. Bending knees, bending the elbows, tuck that right hip flexor forward. Broaden the chest, zipper up belly button to spine. Inhale right here. And as you exhale, we're gonna hinge forward. So dropping that right knee to earth if you want, or not. As you exhale, spiral the left arm up to the sky. See what happens when you sink the hips down. You try to look up towards those left fingers or look down to the right hand. What happens in the neck? Take a deep breath in. And then as you exhale, release the left hand down. Drop the right heel to the left and come on up into your warrior two. Yeah. So in our warrior two, anchor into that left foot. Lift the toes. Wiggle them. Wiggle them. Make sure that you can see the big toe. There's a nice 90-ish degree angle with that left knee. And the right outer edge of the foot is rooted down. On your inhale, stand up tall, high five yourself. And exhale, sink on down. And inhale up, squeezing into that left quad. And exhale, sink on down. Last time, stretch up tall. Reach all the way through the fingertips. Stay vibrant there. And exhale down. Flip that front hand up to the sky, reversing your warrior. Drop your shoulders back into the sockets. Look down to the right outer edge of the foot. Anchor right there. See what happens. Now, did you lose the bend within that left knee? Maybe we need to know where we've been and where we're going in order for us to adapt. So once we check in with our body, that's not the only check-in. Come back. Inhale, come on back to warrior two. And as you exhale, drop that left elbow down. Right arm can stretch up to the sky. Imagine that right shoulder blade is just leaning back. Take a deep breath in and notice what it feels like for your body to fill these postures. Get the shoulders away from the ears. Now tuck the pelvis. Draw those abdominals in. As you inhale, use your obliques. Come on up. As you exhale, spiral your hands to the front of your mat. Step that left foot back to meet the right, coming into your plank. Again, optional. High plank, low plank, on knees or not. Inhale to upward facing dog or cobra. Rooting and anchoring, tucking that pelvis. Exhale, down dog through tabletop or not. Or child's pose or not. So at the end of the day, these are suggestions, but what you do with those suggestions, how you digest, that's up to you. So these are the choices we make about being mindful, about challenging ourselves. And that challenge can come from movement or it can come from stillness. Give yourself one more breath and let it go through the mouth. Bending those knees, inhale, look forward. Walk, hop, or step your feet to the front of your mat, forward fold. Bending those knees, rolling up to standing. Inhale, arms sweep up to the sky. And exhale, hands come to our heart space. Inhale, reach those arms up. Now as you exhale, chair, but twist open to the right side. Yeah. Doesn't matter. It's all good. Inhale. We're going to do it both sides. Your right, my right, stage left, it's all good. Twist open to the left. Inhale, come on up. And when you close your eyes, it doesn't matter because we're all flowing, right? Inhale up. And exhale to twist open. One more time, each side, stand up tall. And exhale. Last time, inhale up. And exhale. Inhale, come up to center. Exhale, sink back down into your chair. So again, when you transition between these moves, can you add in that kind of awareness, that tucking of the pelvis, drawing of the shoulders down and back? Staying low in our chair, rooting into the right foot, lift the left heel. And then drop that left heel down, lift up the right heel. And drop it down, and lift the left, and drop it down. So we're going to continue like this for a few seconds. I'm not going to tell you how many, because time is a man-made construct. Whether you're having a good time, it goes so fast, or having a bad time and agonizing on each one of these motions, these movements, that's you. That's all you. So we need to find joy with finding strength within our own bodies, that mental fortitude. But I'll tell you, we have about 10 more seconds. Okay, so the next time you are rooted into that right foot, lifting up the left heel, pause here. Now, anchor into that right foot, lift the left foot. Single leg squat. Now that toe can stay down. It's okay. Or that foot can be lifted. It's okay. It's all good. That attitude of what we're doing and how we're doing this is everything. Now anchor into that right foot and stand up tall. Take that left knee up for the ride. Yes, that probably feels nice once you release it. As you exhale, kick it back, warrior 3 or airplane. Dropping the hands onto the right thigh. Press the hips back. Wiggle out the right toes. Now if you want to use blocks or something for just a little bit of stabilization, it's all good. A wall makes great stability. And then slowly lifting to come up. So we're doing 3 balance poses in a row. We're opening up into tree. I love trees. Trees have this grounding, this rooting system. And they're so strong. And they sway. And they move. And they shoot out their leaves to take in all of the sunlight. Sometimes it feels like we pull everything inwards. But I want you to imagine you're shooting everything out. See if you can squeeze that right quad, lift up through the abdominals, lift the crown of the head up. And then unhook that left foot, step it back. We're going to find Tanasana, pyramid pose. So our feet are about 2 feet apart, hands on the hips. Draw shoulders away from the heels. Draw shoulders away from the ears. All right. As you exhale, start to hinge forward. So I do a lot of hiking. And in my last hike, with every step I took on my way down, I found this way to create length. And I thought about it as I'm compressing my body and I'm trying to get the hike done because I need to get home. I kept thinking about what it's like to, with every landing of my foot, to lift up through the crown of the head, to let my body be lighter. So around us at all times, we have the strongest, weakest force in the universe. It's called gravity. And gravity is always pulling us down. It's always having that hold. So think about how you can use your muscles to create lightness within your own body, to create space where maybe it feels stuck. Take another deep breath in and out. softly, bending into that right knee, rolling up to standing nice and slowly. So we're going to come out of this the way we came into it. So bring that left knee forward, and it can tap down if you need to, because here's the fun part. Those hips are going to press back. We're going to find that single leg squat at the range that feels right for you. We've worked on pressing up and out of it. Now we're working on coming down into it. How do we create lightness when our body feels heavy? Take one more deep breath in. As you exhale, softly plant that foot down and hinge forward. Forward fold. Shake out the head, yes and no. Bending the knees and rolling to come up to standing. Sweep those arms up to the sky. Reach up through those fingertips. Exhale. Sink down into your chair. Rooting down into that left foot. Lift the right heel. Stay down. Then lift the left. So we're finding this alternating march. The other thing that's really wonderful about this is we're working on the flexibility of our ankles and of our feet. Our feet don't get enough love. I talk about feet quite a bit because they get us from point A to point B. Every step I take, I have to say, thank you. Thank you. Thank you for moving me. Thank you for supporting me. And sometimes we rush and we forget those praise, those thanks. Give me about 10 more seconds. Or give yourself 10 seconds. It's not for me. Now the next time you have that left heel rooted, lift up the right heel and then load up the leg, maybe lift it up. And again, it can tap down. Single leg, yeah. We don't do it because it's easy. We do it because it faces a challenge for us. And how do we face this challenge? You know, and there's no judgment. There's no judgment. There's just going, okay, maybe tomorrow. This is okay. Each breath is success. Take one more deep breath in. And then stand up tall. Fight against that gravity. Maybe it feels good to relax the quad. And then slowly, with awareness, kick that right foot back. Airplane, warrior 3. Once you're in this position, bend the left knee, press that left glute back. Draw the shoulders away from the ears. Notice how scrunched up they get. Maybe your belly is being soft. Maybe activate it. How much can you bring into this? Maybe it becomes too much. Maybe it's not enough. Or maybe you're like Goldilocks and it's just right. Now pressing into that left foot, stand up tall, finding your tree. 3 balances in a row. So as we find tree, are you pressing your hips over to the left? Can you pull it in? So I'll show you from the side. A lot of times we press out here, we're like knocking into this hip. Pull it in. Activate the left quad. Draw the shoulders away from ears. Imagine that right knee is just pressing out a little bit more. Take one more deep breath in. And out. Now unhook the right foot, step it back, coming into our Tanasana. That's that pyramid pose. All toes forward, feet are about hips distance apart. Take a deep breath in. And then as you exhale, hinge forward, lead with the heart. Draw the right hip forward, left hip back. Maybe wiggle them around, drop head towards the front knee. Shake out the head, yes and no. So if every step is finding gratitude, the breath maybe is the pathway into expressing that gratitude. You know, anytime I find myself in a constricted place, which I do quite frequently, I focus on how my breath is working for me at that moment. And maybe just by shifting the breath, we can create length, compassion, Next time you get into a heated conversation, an argument, think about the breath you take before you respond. Long, luxurious breath, pacing out what you're going to say. It's a beautiful thing to pause. Bending into that left knee and rolling up to standing. And then we're going to shift forward. We're going to come out of this the way we came into it. So you can just kind of bevel the right knee, toe on the earth or not, and then press those hips back. Yeah. Bending into that left knee as much as it feels comfortable for you. Take a deep breath in. And then as you exhale, plant the foot down, hinge forward, forward fold. Shaking out the head, yes and no. Bending those knees and rolling up to standing. The arms are going to sweep up to the sky, palms together. As you exhale, swing the hands behind the back of the head. Lean back into the hands. Now, if those hands don't feel appropriate, you can always go to fingertips. Bend the knees, tuck the pelvis. Breathe all the way up to the top of the heart space. Coming up to a standing position, neutralize, exhale, release the arms down. Shifting into that right foot. Left foot is going to step back. And then we're going to let all toes dial open to the left side of your mat. Open up the palms, 5-pointed star. As you exhale, hinge forward. As you hinge forward, shift from toes to heels a few times. I always find that interesting. I'm a heel presser. I can identify. So maybe if you shift to the toes, you might notice new sensations, different sensations, and maybe those sensations feel pretty luxurious, and we never would have known if we didn't stay curious. Now you have an option here to shift the weight, bending into the right knee, press those hips back, over to the right side, or bending into that left leg, press those hips down towards the left heel-ish. And just finding whatever feels right for you. Side-to-side lunges, going at whatever range of motion feels good for you, for your body. This sense of lubrication in the joints. And slowly coming up with straightening those legs, walk your hands over towards the right leg, dial the right toes forward, and then the left leg forward, hands to the earth, step that right foot to the back of your mat. Now, on the knees or not, dealer's choice. If you have any kind of shoulder issues, you might want to dial fingers in towards each other, elbows splay out. If your shoulders feel good, strong, healthy, then we're going to dial them towards the ribs. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, come down 3 inches. Inhale, press back up. And exhale, 3 inches or more. Inhale, press back up. Ooh. Down. Inhale up, last time. Down. Pause. Take 2 breaths right here. Inhale and exhale. Last one. Inhale. Exhale, belly flop. Bring your hands underneath your head. Bend the knees. Windshield wiper feet side to side a few times. Listen to the sounds of the world around you. Things that we would miss if we didn't tune into the subtle nature of life. Release those legs down. Hands are going to go underneath the shoulders. Press up, tabletop position, and then just walk those knees forward. Sit down onto your glutes. Feet are going to slide forward. So from this position, we have our right leg extended forward, our left knee is bent,
sole of the foot is coming towards the right leg. You're going to inhale, arms reach up to the sky. As you exhale, hinge forward. Now, a lot of us set these goals, like we have to touch our toes, and then when we touch our toes, we hit nirvana, right? For me, it's about creating spaciousness within the body. There's times when I can touch my toes, and there are days when I certainly cannot. And it's about finding appreciation and joy within those days where life feels constricted. You know, that's what we're trying to go towards. Instead of beating ourselves up, we find the joy of living. Never to ignore what goes on around us, but just to notice where our focus goes. To notice if that's what calls to us. And sometimes those dark clouds, like I just want it to rain and be gloomy, and other days I want to just be out in the sun and feel that warmth on my face. And to know that each day is a day that I lived. Slowly, let's let that torso come up. You're going to extend that left arm up to the sky and drop it down behind the left hip. You can press those hips up to the sky and reach that right hand back and behind you. Tucking the pelvis, find that full glory of pressing those hips up. Deep breath in. And then as you exhale, slowly release the hips down. Let those hips press back. Extend the left leg forward. Right foot is going to go towards the inside of the thigh. We're going to extend and stretch towards that left leg. And then slowly start to hinge forward with a deep bend within that left knee or not. Draw shoulders away from the ears. When we find stillness, this is a beautiful time for us to kind of go through, take that mind's eye, scan the body. Notice and just be. Let that breath fill the tightness. Let the jaw soften. And just give yourself one more deep breath in and out. Slowly lifting to come up. Nice and slowly. It can be pretty tender on the lower back. That right arm reaches up to the sky. Dial the right hand behind the right hip and then lift those hips up. If that doesn't feel good, hips can stay down. You can just open up the chest. Yeah, that's beautiful. Give yourself a deep breath in wherever you are. On your exhale, slowly drop those hips down. Keep the hands behind the back and bend those knees. You're going to drop the knees over to the right. And even a gentle twisting of the chest over to the left, if that feels okay for you. Then coming back up to center, and we'll drop them over to the left. And just a gentle little twist over towards the right with the chest. And coming back up to center. Take and hug those knees into the chest. If you need any support, we're coming down onto our backs. So you can just find your way back onto your back. Hugging those legs in. Drop the left foot down to the ground and bring the right ankle on top of the left thigh. Finding our supported pigeon pose, keeping that cross, hug the legs in towards the chest. Now you have the option of in pigeon to grab behind the back of the left leg. My personal choice is to use my hands to grab onto the right knee and the right foot. And I just help that with that left leg. And I rock to pull the leg in towards my chest. If you are grabbing behind the back of the left leg, can you relax your shoulders? If you need to put your head on a block, do so. It feels pretty lovely to do that. Now notice if you can relax the jaw. Maybe even relax into that left foot. Let that breath encapsulate and stretch the right glute, hip, inner thigh. And slowly taking your time, release the foot. We'll do this on the other side. Drop the right foot down, left ankle crosses on top of the right thigh. And then keeping that cross, hug those legs in towards the chest. As you do, maybe play around with your hand positioning. Get creative. Get creative with what it feels like for you to express this posture. There's not one way to fill the posture. The posture is the essence of. So how does it work for you? Yoga isn't this posture. Yoga is the mindset that I put forth. It's this mindfulness, this creativity, this expression of what it's like to just live in this moment. To take away the pressure of attachment to the story I tell myself of me, of you. And I come into what is the truth, which is just living here now. There's no pressure, no pressure. Slowly relaxing the right foot down. Hug both knees in towards the chest, squeeze them in. We're going to drop the knees over to the right side. It's funny, as a child, I wanted to be famous. I wanted to me, that was someone who was like a doer, someone who was important. Fame was important. As I grow, as I become, I realize what I want is simplicity. I want to live the moments that I can to digest what I need to digest. A title isn't going to give me that. My bank account probably won't give me that. Simplicity brings me that. Slowly letting those knees lift up and then drop them over towards the left. Taking a deep breath in and out. And then slowly letting those knees lift up, giving them a squeeze in towards the chest. And slowly taking your time to extend those legs down the mat to come into your Shavasana. So extending the legs, letting the legs open up wider. Letting the palms face up to the sky, maybe the hands come off your mat. Close your eyes and just let this wave of letting go wash over you. Let go of what happened during practice or what didn't happen during practice. Just sink into this moment where breath meets breath.
And slowly take a deep breath in. And just let it go. And another deep breath in as you encourage some movement from the body. Wiggling fingers, toes, letting head start to move. Maybe you even encourage the arms to stretch above the body to find a full body stretch. Like a greeting, a re-meeting of our bodies. And if and when you're ready, just take your time as you roll over on one side or the other into a fetal position. Notice what it feels like to be cradled and to be supported. Gently pressing yourself up, come into your seated position. And bringing hands to stack one on top of the other, bowing your head. May the breath lead us back here to this moment where we can be here now. May we let that breath flow through us. May we find compassion. Thank you so much for joining me here today, for being as you are, showing up. All that I am bows deeply to all that is within you. Namaste. So thank you for joining. Just to let you know, again, we're here Monday through Friday at 8 a.m. We're also here Saturdays and Sundays at 9. Tonight, 6 o'clock, Victory Field. It will not be recorded or streamed live, so you have to be here to experience it. We have plenty of space, so please come join us. You can make your own nook of heaven right in a corner somewhere. And then also 4 p.m. on Saturday. So we look forward to seeing you all. Again, you don't know how much it means to us. So be well, be kind to the world around you, but especially the world in you. Have a good day.